Hi, my name is Dr. Justin Dorenzo. I'm a board-certified clinical psychologist here in Jacksonville, Florida. And just as all of you, I have personally and professionally been impacted by COVID-19. Just as my wife Erica and our 4 children have all been impacted in similar as well as different ways. We have 1 child in boarding school in New York and 3 other children in school in Florida. And all our children have been home since March. It's been the spring break that's never ended. I'm sure you can relate. Today, I will be talking about coping with the prospect of your children returning to school and how we can best be a positive force in partnering with our schools, regardless of the learning format that we are choosing for our children this coming fall. The thought of children returning to school this fall has been quite daunting for most people. I am not here to review the best available evidence, indicating that COVID-19 poses relatively low risks to school-age children, as that is not in my wheelhouse given that I am not a physician. However, as a psychologist, I am going to talk a bit about the impact of school closures on our kids and how that relates to the recent recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics, the New England Journal of Medicine, and the CDC that schools should be safely reopened for in-person session. These recommendations have comforted some but perplexed others. We know that there are many benefits for children to return to school in an in-person format, but this may not be the right decision for every family. We do know that extended school closure, though, is generally not good for children. Consider what we know about the summer slide, where most kids lose 20 to 50% of their learning gains due to summer breaks. And then factor in the psychological impact that comes with being home for an even more extended period of time rather than being in school due to COVID-19. Science indicates that children do learn best in physical classrooms and that physical school plays a critical role in the development of the whole child. High-quality learning is inherently relational and social and not individual and teacher-centered like an online learning. When children are not at school in person, they miss out on essentially rich and academic, social, emotional learning, formative relationships with peers and other special adults, opportunities for play and exercise, and many other developmental opportunities that cannot be quantified or replicated virtually. Our schools also offer healthy meals, mental health, tutoring, and extra individualized learning services, and play a critical role in addressing racial and social inequality. In our practice, I have heard countless arguments and judgments for and against opening up schools over the last couple of weeks. If you are nervous, then you're not alone. Parents in both camps have varied level of anxieties about this, and some children are anxious too. While the majority of parents intend to send their children back to school, there remains a minority that are choosing to keep their children home. This is certainly a tough call to make, and we all have our own reasons for our position. Maybe we have lost someone to COVID-19 or have a family member that is especially vulnerable. Maybe we need to return to work. Maybe our child is showing symptoms of depression from not seeing their friends in months. Maybe we're dealing with a child with a behavior problem who needs the structure of being in a physical classroom. Or maybe the combination of stressors is fueling marital problems at home. And maybe we are projecting our fears onto our child and they are more scared about returning to school than they need be. The bottom line is that we should not judge anyone's position, as there is no one size that fits all, and we often never really know what our neighbors, our friends, and our relatives may be facing privately. We must be respectful for their choice and not judge them. But what we can do, regardless of our position, is not pass along our worry to our children. We, the adults, have to inspire resiliency or mental toughness by maintaining control of our daily lives, our emotions, and our tone and what we say in front of our children. Now, I want you to do these things. You need to model healthy, proportional, and rational reactions. Remember that little eyes are watching you. Your children take your lead on how you feel, on how to feel, think, and respond. So you have to act calmly and responsibly rather than obsessing about your fears. 2, make practicing good hygiene and self-care a community team effort. In essence, we are now partnering with the schools to do that. 3, instill confidence and control. Kids make lots of assumptions, just as we do when we don't have the whole story. Control the narrative with the truth. Ask your kids what they think is happening and share with them the facts as well as what they can do to improve the situation themselves. And number 4, acknowledge their feelings and acknowledge your own. Don't fight your feelings or deny theirs. Process your child's worries with them. Process your feelings with a friend or a family member and not with your child. So fortunately, our schools are adapting with new in-school safety procedures and are also offering hybrid and virtual learning formats. Just as our schools calmly and confidently adapt, we as parents must calmly and confidently adapt to this new normal. It is vital that we project confidence and calmness whether our child is returning to school or they are being homeschooled. But if they are being homeschooled, we must ensure that they are exercising, maintaining a healthy diet, and we are supplementing school social activities with virtual ones to make up for their lost interactions, which are so vital to their growth and so vital to the growth of our children. COVID-19 is going to be with us for a while, so we must continue to learn to adapt to it. And the next phase is safely returning our children to school to the trained experts who are fully equipped and ready to feed their minds, bodies, and spirits and keep them safe. For some of you, the best decision for you and your family will be virtual learning for your child. For the rest of you, know that your schools have quickly become seasoned in safety protocols and have many options to meet the needs of its students. Best wishes, stay safe, this too shall pass, and we and our children will be better and stronger. Take care.